Yo, I don't know who or what or how, but once a week there's a fucking window that gets shattered, yo. I don't know. Once a week. And it's been happening for like, I'm gonna say years now. Every time I pass by the station, there's a fucking broken one. I don't know why they just don't put up bullet resistant windows are just way tougher, like, well, I guess then they'd have a shatter and they'd have to replace the whole thing, right? Anyways, I don't know, they're gonna have to find a solution for that. Somebody just keeps coming in and bashing all the windows, yo. What's up, guys? Constitutionally Protected Media here. I'm at the police station parking lot, public parking lot. I'm here to accompany a fellow citizen, here to turn in a complaint. Person's never done it before and wants me to help out in the process. Recommended by the homie Santa Ana Audits. Most of these cars are police vehicles, by the way. For sure, police vehicle. So this is the police department side. The sheriff's department parks on that side. I know this because the jail's on that side. That's obviously where they're gonna park because it's closer to the jail. It's a 4-story parking lot. Cop car. Look at the tent. Or personal cop car. Shouldn't say cop car. Look at the tent. Can you see through that shit, guys? Can you see through that? No license plate. No front license plate. Anyways, I'm here waiting for the citizen. So I decided to come and do some filming up here. Saw some interesting vehicles as I was trying to find parking myself in this very building or facility. But I'm on the 2nd floor, by the way. No comment on the red Mustang. No comment on the red Mustang. No freaking comment on the red Mustang. You could tell they're police-owned vehicles, or personal police-owned vehicles, because they're all parked in reverse for the most part. I mean, some of them got it. They got the front license plate. They got the legal tints. Not too dark, I think. But look at this guy. He has legal tint. Oh, look. Nah, no, he doesn't. I lied. Illegal tint. Clear as day. Look, this guy brought the family van to work. I think the citizen's here. Let me pause the video real quick.
I came to file a complaint. I was wondering if you can kind of guide me where I need to go.
File a report or file a
A complaint.
complaint? Regarding an officer?
Regarding an officer, yeah.
Okay, so on your side of the counter, midway down, there's a phone.
Okay.
Just pick up the phone, that goes for a station supervisor.
Okay, thank you.
I could have told you that, but I wanted you to have the experience, you know what I mean? I should have told him that. Right here. It's right here. You just pick it up and it'll immediately go to the station supervisor. Southeast, y'all. Southeast. My neck of the woods. We got South Coast. It's just gonna keep ringing. If you want to put the phone down, you could always. A little blurry.
They put me on hold.
I think so. Yeah, I think that'd be hold. It's been like a month or two since I've come by. You ever notice that these windows are always broken? I've been cruising by the station for like years now, and like once a week somebody comes through and just does that. Yeah, it's weird. Like once a week, swear to God. If you start coming through here a lot. And then the jail side over here to the right as well. It's fucking crazy. And they haven't caught the guy. It's gotta be the same guy. It's gotta be the same guy, right? That is insane. Somebody comes in, guys, bashes these windows at least once a week. Not these specifically, but that's fucking nuts. He has not been caught, or he has a bunch of accomplices or something. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that would be me. Give me 1 second, sir.
Sounds good. Is it, oh, so I'm gonna do it over the phone with him.
Maybe. Maybe.
Supervisor, Cobra, we're giving on my 50th.
Hi, my name is Art. I was here to file a complaint on a couple of the officers.
An officer?
On several.
Several officers.
Regarding an incident that took place about a week ago.
What were the circumstances, sir?
Just the police
Misconduct.
behavior,
Misconduct.
their conduct, and the way that
Involving a dead body.
the way that they kind of were talking to me, and the way they behaved in front of a deceased body,
Maybe a relative.
around that nature.
Okay. And then, mention the deceased body, was it a crime scene body or somebody that passed away? Or,
It was a crime scene.
it was a crime scene, okay. You saying they were unprofessional?
In my opinion, yes.
Your relative.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what did this occur at, sir?
Where?
Yes.
It occurred near Bristol and Central.
This one Central. When was that?
Where?
Hey.
Last Wednesday. I have an incident number if it helps you.
This was last Wednesday?
Last Wednesday around 7:30
10:30 p.m.?
p.m.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Arturo Arias.
You have a callback number, Arturo?
I do. It's 714-746-6119.
6119?
Correct.
And do you have the name of the officers?
I have Officer Gonzalez. The ones that I made contact with were Officer Gonzalez, Officer Cavendish, and also Cavendish, I'm sorry, and also Deputy Coroner.
You want to file complaint with Deputy Corners also?
No, she was extremely professional, completely compassionate, and the opposite of your officers.
Gonzalez, we have like a few of them here.
This Officer Gonzalez was a younger, light-skinned Hispanic.
That's not gonna help me. Other than Gonzalez, you have no other name, right?
He knows how many people were on scene, how many Gonzalez's were
And in
there.
the lobby,
I mean-
somebody else there to talk to you.
Thank you.
Okay, I
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Fucking asshole. Piece of shit. Stupid ass questions, right? He knows how many fucking Gonzalez's were at the crime scene. What do you have, like 20 there? He's dumb as fuck, man.
Total officers, there was 4.
Acting stupid. They don't want to hold their own officers accountable, man. This thing's been here for this thing's been here like this for like ever now. I don't even know.
Plants die,
Jesus Christ. I don't know why they don't take it the fuck out. It just looks nasty.
Somebody needs to come water the plants. I think they're dying.
I know they're
Like
real
their
plants
integrity.
too.
This is a representation of their integrity. It's
Exactly.
dying.
They can't even take care of plants. Oh wow, you just mind blew me right now that you're right. They can't even take.
Dying.
Dude, it's leaning. It's full of disease, yo. What the fuck?
The plant is crooked.
Plaga, tiene plaga. Look at this. It's diseased. I love growing, by the way, guys. For all my viewers, growing is an amazing thing. Certain plants that are. Hey, we could file a complaint on that too. That's pretty disgusting, to be honest. These guys can't even take care of plants, and we're gonna trust them to take care of the community. It's like the easiest thing to take care of, guys. Little water, some nutrients, maybe every 2 weeks. Hit the leaves with some, there's this type of oil, I forgot. Do a little emulsion mix. Keep the disease off the plant. These are spores too. They get on your clothing, you're taking it home. Get them on your plants, and then it'd be super difficult to eradicate from your own garden. Spores.
Why do you see the call for some of the neighbors to come down to the area? Because this is urban,
Bristol and Central area?
this is in central area, because apparently my brother had passed out, or had overdose or something around that nature.
Okay.
It was around 8:15, so I tried to rush over there.
Okay, what day is this?
Wednesday, March 8th.
And, okay, I apologize. So Wednesday, March 8th, about what time?
I received a phone call around 8:15
PM?
p.m.
Okay. And what happened?
I received a phone call from my neighbors, or not my neighbors, but people in the neighborhood there, telling me that it looked like my brother passed out, and there was some active crime scene taking place.
Okay.
Get there as quick as possible.
Okay.
So I rushed over there, and on the way there, I called dispatch, just to let them know if I can get any information, and they can confirm it was my brother. Any type of information, just desperate in those moments. And dispatch was able to confirm that there was an active crime scene. They said there was yellow tape all over, don't cross any other yellow tape. And they asked for a description of my vehicle so that they knew it was me, which I passed along. And when I got there, I was met with Officer Gonzalez and Officer Cavendish.
Okay.
Show 'em Gonzalez's picture, because there's probably.
I was gonna say, we have lots
Yeah.
of Gonzalez.
It was a younger, Hispanic, Mexican looking guy. I remember he just was a good looking guy. But I think this is who it is.
Okay.
Edward, apparently.
Alright.
And, basically told me, your brother passed, and, we're waiting for the coroner. And that was about it. And I was just, trying to process the
Grief.
news, and, in the middle of all of that, he starts telling me stuff like, what did you do in your life different than this guy over here? Looks like you took a different path in life. And I was just like thrown back, like, what? Like, why are you telling me that? Just within seconds after, seeing my brother's dead body. I was in shock, but also just completely in disbelief over what he was telling me, and Cavendish nodding along. And I was asking him, can paramedics come, or what, because the incident had started like an hour ago.
Okay.
So he said, paramedics already got here, they already tried, we're waiting for the coroner, basically. And so I was just in complete shock, trying to process all of the news. The coroner actually arrived quite quickly, and I met with her, And while we were waiting for the coroner, I saw the officers, passing their phones along, pointing, laughing, high-fiving each other like it was a celebration almost, like a moment of entertainment for them. And I was very confused, just what was going on, what was so funny, what was so entertaining. What did they keep passing along their phones, showing each other? I know some of the neighbors there were asking them to cover my brother's body for almost 45 minutes, and they refused to. Not necessarily move the deceased, because I know that there's certain rules, can't touch anything, but covering his body I think was maybe the least amount of decency that they could have done. I think they did cover his body right before I showed up. And I believe only because I called dispatch, and dispatch passed the information along that I was on my way, or my family member was on their way. And yes, I started getting accounts from people that were there, people that showed up before the officers did. Just trying to piece things together. I've received phone calls since. I've gone back to the neighborhood where it took place to just try to speak to some of the people that whatever they could observe, and it just kind of goes on to confirm the observations that I made that night when I arrived. And it was just like I said, at the time I just wasn't really sure how to cope with all of this, how to process not only their behavior and actions, but the news of my brother. So it was all just kind of a lot to take in, but I did get a chance to speak with the coroner, and I did tell her she acted with complete professionalism, respect, treated me with dignity, empathetic, and it was a complete contrast of what your officers displayed. And I told her, and Cavendish was standing right next to us, and I remember she was in complete shock as well when I was recounting what I had experienced, and we both turned around and looked at him, and he was just put his head down and apologized, said sorry about that. And then I said to him, I know once I process all this and speak to my mother who was calling me, asking if it's true, I'm gonna go to the police station and file a complaint on you guys. Which is, my first time ever doing something like this. Being a resident here, born and raised, never had to come out here to complain about the department. And I know that there's two sides to every story, and I know policing here in our community is not the easiest job, but I definitely am interested and want to know what was so entertaining, what was so funny. Why are your officers not maybe trained properly? Maybe take some sensitivity classes if needed, retraining. But I just hope that what I experienced on receiving such a powerful and devastating news is not the way that other members of the community get treated or disrespected. I don't wish that upon anybody, especially during those moments. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted. I typed up, and I have family in law enforcement. I have a lot of friends in law enforcement. I'm a barber, and I meet a lot of law enforcement officers from other departments, S.A.P.D, within the community, detectives, homicide. And so I respect law enforcement, is basically what I'm trying to say. But I don't think I saw that given to me, at least in the short span of what needed to be. The respect that I felt that I deserved, and that my brother at least deserved during, that moment when he was passed, that he had passed. Yeah, so like I said, I know what, the amount of situations that you guys go through, and I advocate for you guys a lot as well. I don't drive around with a blue stripe flag on my car, but I always do try to show the most respect that I can. And my brother lived a different life than I did. Unfortunately, he was an addict. He chose sometimes to be homeless, and I know caused a lot of trouble. And you guys may think that we never tried to get him to switch his life and to be different, but it was just unsuccessful. Our continuous numerous attempts were unsuccessful, and unfortunately, this is the end. That this is how his life ended, and I think, nonetheless, he didn't deserve the mockery that took place that night from your officers. And a couple other officers that were there, I didn't interact with, so I didn't get a chance to ask for their names. But there was another female officer, I think it was either a corporal or sergeant there as well. Yeah, and a couple of the patrol cars I saw there, but in that moment, I'm not there to think and take names down and bad numbers and stuff like that. But
I mean, the good thing is everything's documented, so I'll be able to see who all was there. First of all, sorry for your loss. Quick question. So, as you're coming to talk to us regarding the displeasure with our officers, I would urge you, if you should be so inclined, to talk to the coroner's office and express how pleasant they were, or how understanding they were. So it goes both ways.
I have done that.
Okay, perfect.
I have done that.
Now,
The day Abeda was exemplary. I'm sorry, just kind of
no worries.
of way of her professionalism, her manners, the way she conducted herself, and the respect she showed to my family, my sister and I, was amazing, incredible. And I have family that are coroners in the city of Riverside and the county of Riverside. Other family members are sheriffs in different counties. So I kind of have an idea of what to expect, or what type of treatment I know is a positive encounter and a very sour, distasteful one. So
Now let me ask you this: if the interaction between you and
Hello. Enjoy your day.
Cavendish were under different circumstances in a different setting, was there anything that they had done that would have set you off or been unprofessional? Would that be if it wasn't?
if it wasn't, I mean, they said it can't go past the yellow line, which I understood. Maybe just concealing his body, not letting him expose it for people to photograph, for themselves to photograph.
I'm just saying, if it wasn't at a tragic incident, if it was a conversation at, say, our open house or some other setting, is there anything that they did that would have been distasteful or unprofessional if it was not the setting it was? What I'm trying to get at is, I will take any complaint, but if there's any actual conduct violation of policy, that's one thing. If it's, like you're saying, lack of sensitivity or lack of empathy, that's something different. It's not as easy to, it's not as cut and dry.
Because what you could describe as sarcastic, maybe I have a different view of it.
Right.
I understand that, so no, other than that, no.
Okay. So, what I'll do, like I said, did you already fill out the complaint form?
Not the official
You just
form
typed
that you
it
guys
up?
have.
What I would,
I typed up a letter because I know I was gonna send it over to some of our councilmen and.
so here, the top 3 pages are information about the complaint process, how they're handling all that, and that's for you to hang on to reference if need be. This basically is as for your information in case an investigative entity like internal affairs or something needs to get in touch with you. All your information here, and as much specifics as you can remember about the incident itself, and then on here, you can just simply write "see attached" and attach this to the top of your letter. That way, it all stays together as one complaint form. Does that make sense?
Okay, that makes sense.
Do you have a pen handy?
Ready to file my complaint too, guys. From
Let me go grab it. I'll be right back with you.
Just here.
Perfect. And then first one's Central. Do you have the actual address or?
Yeah, it's on.
Oh, it's on here? Okay, perfect. And then what I'll do is I will take this, burn off the copy. Do you already have copies of this letter that you sent?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a phone, but my language is not very well.
You have a cell phone? Try Googling. Try to Google it.
Okay.
On your phone. Google it.
They have currency business number.
They asked for it just to identify you.
Okay. And to involve employees, can I put C attached letter?
Sure, if they're listed on here. Good.
Description, please.
Oh, perfect. Let me, and you said you already have copies of this letter?
I do, yeah, because I reached out to a couple of the city council members, ones that I know at least, and I want to send them a copy.
Okay, then I will just burn a copy of the top form and bring this copy right back to you. Give me 2 seconds.
Sergeant Rose, I'm gonna file one too. It's just super quick.
Okay.
I just want to let you know ahead of time.
Okay,
But I didn't want to like interrupt you and confuse you. And
I appreciate that.
Yep.
Let me finish his, and then I'll go grab another.
no rush. Thank you so much. I appreciate your work. He's cool.
Yeah.
Do you follow this other YouTuber called Riverside Accountability?
No.
He's from Riverside, of course.
These
Riverside.
officers from Riverside?
No, the YouTuber.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about a YouTuber called Riverside Accountability.
Mm-hmm.
He filmed an interaction with this guy because he was out here filming because he goes around filming the cops and all. And hold on.
All right. So here is yours, and that's all from me on you. I'm gonna attach this to these.